Hey, what is going on, everyone? This is Elitise Mincy here, coming at you with a brand new video for the first time in a long time. Apologize for my disappearance and everything like that. Had to take care of some things in life. Actually, I'm not home in Colombia. I'm actually in the United States, taking care of appointments, and trying to get my health back together and everything like that. But that's a conversation for another time. Anyways, I want to go over this opportunity that's been promoted everywhere. The BG Wealth slash DSJ exchange, and so that way you can get information from what I'm about to present from you as well. And before I get into this video, I'd like to let you know that I'm not a financial advisor. I do not share financial advice on how to invest your money or anything like that. I also am a trader, but I'm not going over that in this video. And this right here should not be seen as financial advice. Okay. So with that said, let's go and get to this video. Now, DSJ has changed, and I've been looking at these videos on YouTube and everything like that. And there's this thing talking about how BG Wealth Group is separate from DSJ Exchange, and they should not be combined as one because they're two different companies. You know, yeah, they got two different names, so what? But the thing is, they're one and the same, okay? And the claim is that DSJ Exchange is actually registered with the SEC and with the CFTC and Colorado and so on and so forth in the United States. And so all of the promoters are showing this information, making it seem as legit. I'm gonna let you know up front right now. This is a scam. This is a Ponzi, a big one. All right. And I'm gonna show you information here or evidence here that probably no one else has ever shown. Okay. Now we're gonna go over the usual stuff. You go right into the website DSJ Exchange, which they got many websites that they've used, or links that they've used, and it's all the same. All right. They end up getting shut down eventually. They register a new link, then they'll redirect all traffic to that new link. And the whole time, they're claiming to be registered to SEC. Ask yourself this question: what legit company registered with the SEC in the United States has to constantly change links? Ask yourself that. And the answer is going to be none. Microsoft has been around since what, the 80s? You can go to Microsoft.com. It's just crazy. Binance has changed. The number one and biggest cryptocurrency change in the world. Binance.com or Binance.us is not changing. Okay? So where you can look at all this other information. I'm trying to make this video as short as possible, although it's still gonna be kind of lengthy. But this is what they're claiming to be registered SEC as legitimacy. And when you go to the SEC.gov website, you can see that they got a form or file D, for filing here. And this right here says notice of sales of unregistered securities. Okay. Now people be like, well, crypto is no longer a security. Well, it is a security because you can actually make money off it. It's actually being reported for tax returns now. Okay. If you send your funds through Coinbase, Crypto.com, Kraken, so on and so forth, they all have to send your information to the IRS in the United States. So, what does that mean? That's a security, right? Okay. So, now we go on over here. You can do a simple Google search right here. And they're big on telling you not to do Google search because that's not considered, real research. Well, in order for you to file with the SEC and be registered, that would be a Form S1 for IPOs, Form 10 used to register a class of securities under the Securities Exchange Act of 1934, Form 8-A. Form D is what DSJ Exchange used. It's a notice filing for companies offering securities exempt from registration under Regulation D. And I've already told you, crypto is a security because if it was not security, it would not be a requirement for the cryptocurrency exchanges to report your earnings to the IRS. Look it up for yourself. I guarantee you won't be able to debunk that. All right. And then you got the Form 1-A. So used for Regulation A offerings, often called mini IPOs. So in order for DSJ exchange to be considered registered with the SEC, by definition, they should have used either a Form 10 or maybe a Form 8-A. Okay? The reason why a Form 8-A will be considered here is because Coinbase, a cryptocurrency exchange and the largest one in the United States, is publicly traded. And the cryptocurrencies that Coinbase is trading with is the same thing, or the same cryptocurrencies that DSJ exchange is claiming to be offering for trading. Although what they've been showing is just Bitcoin trades, right? And we'll get to that later. But anyways, let's get on to this right here. You come to CoinMarketCap. CoinMarketCap is actually being managed by Binance Exchange, the number one cryptocurrency exchange in the world. And you can come right here and you can see all the cryptocurrency exchanges offered around the world. Okay, even Binance.us was on this list as well. Okay, but I want to just to shorten this up. Let's go ahead and do a search for DSJ Exchange. You see it pop up right here, but when you go to the information here, there's no data. Okay, why is this important? Let's go to a small, one that I use. I use Pinex. You click on this, they show you how much money is on the exchange in spot trading, total assets, also derivatives or perpetual or futures trading. All this that same thing. Derivatives, perpetual, futures is all the same thing. Okay. And when you go to DSJ Exchange, you cannot find any of this information for them. Let's go back. Now you just saw that. That's Binance. Let's go to Binance now. Look at Binance. Binance right here showing you how much is in spot trading, how much they got in total assets. And you'll be able to see also what they have in futures trading as well. And when you go down in the list, and you click on certain buttons and everything like that. So let's go back again. We're gonna do another search yet again for DSJ Exchange. Nothing. Nothing at all. And this is DSJ Exchange. No data at all. Don't know how much assets are being managed by the exchange or nothing like that. Okay? Big, big red flag. Now, another big red flag. You just got a fraud warning from the state of Washington in the USA. And I've seen the videos of, promoters saying that they're not worried about the fraud warnings or the notices from other governments. They're only worried about, here in the United States. Because according to the law in the United States, they're doing everything according to the law. No, you're not. When a state issues a fraud warning, they working as an extension of the SEC. The SEC don't really monitor cryptocurrency platforms like the individual states will. The SEC is the conglomerate. Then you got the states, individual states that can do more work faster than the SEC can. And they use the same laws and regulations that the SEC uses to classify an investment as legit or an investment or a company as legit or if it's a scam. Okay? Now you come down. It says BG Wealth and DSJ are companies incorporated in the state of Colorado. The addresses used on the Colorado Secretary of State filing for BG Wealth and DSJ do not appear to be legitimate places of business. BG provided the Secretary of State with a generic postnet address, and DSJ provided an address for a temporary office rental space. The period both entities claim to have been founded does not align with the dates their corporation documents were filed. So it says right here, investors are learning of the investment opportunity primarily through social media. BG Wealth operates a recruitment-based structure that encourages existing investors to recruit new investors with the promise of increased earnings. BG Wealth is communicating with investors through private channels, including the app Bond Chat and Telegram. DFI wants to emphasize that legitimate investment companies generally do not communicate with investors through channels like WhatsApp, Telegram, Signal, or Bond Chat. In these private communication channels, investors are provided trading signals each day by the founder of BG Wealth, a self-proclaimed professor named Stephen Beard, who does not exist. You look up the name Professor Stephen Beard, you will not find him anywhere outside of BG Wealth or DSJ Exchange. He does not exist. I mean, is he AI? Possibly. But one thing for sure, this person does not exist because you cannot prove if that he has a life outside of BG Wealth. You can look up my name. You can find my Facebook, Instagram, social media platforms, and you can find out things about my life. You cannot do that with Stephen Beard. Okay? So, not only do they have a fraud warning from the state of Washington, but they have fraud warnings from Australia, Tonga, the UK, New Zealand, the Philippines, Utah, which is another state in the United States, Saskatchewan, Samoa, and the Bahamas. Man, this thing is not going to last too much longer. The only reason why it's lasted this long is the amount of people that has been brought into it. Now, I want to show you this right here. I'm not going to play the video, but this is what they're claiming is that they're doing legit trading. I want to show you this, okay? Because me, being a trader myself, I know what real trading is and what fake trading is as well. Okay? So, first of all, they claim to be using like 1% of your capital. So this person had and at the time of this video, which was like 7 days ago, had almost what $223,000 or $23,000 in their account. Okay? So 1% of almost 23,000 is going to be like 227, 223, whatever the case may be, dollars. So they're going to use 1% of your income to trade Bitcoin by copying a signal and pasting it in the DSJ exchange. I've been on a couple of Zoom meetings. I've seen it live. It's fake. I've even pointed it out to my friends who has joined. I was like, at the time, Bitcoin was going for like well over $90,000 at the time. And what they were showing in their trading account was not adding up to what all the exchanges were showing for the price of Bitcoin. DSJ exchange was showing Bitcoin being at like $300 to $400 lower than what all the exchanges were showing. Also, you don't see on the trading chart the entry. So you should have a timestamp for the entry, whether it was a buy or sell. What they're using here is call and put. That right there is an options trading. I haven't, and I could be wrong, but I don't hear cryptocurrency exchanges, using call and put as the order for buy and sells. That's an options trading. Okay, as far as I know, I could be wrong because there's a lot of cryptocurrency exchanges out there. But as far as I've seen and how many I've used many cryptocurrency exchanges, I've never seen call and put used. First of all, then also you should be able to see the trade open up live when it's trading. And then you should be able to see when it exits out. You should be able to see a TP. You should be able to see a stop loss to prevent catastrophic losses to your account. So what they're showing, what this female showed here in this video, right here, it was on April the 4th of this year. Bitcoin was at the price of, this was the open price, so that was the entry, 67,306.97. Sold or made their profit at 67,307.17. They used $227.83 of the capital to make a profit of $145.08. Now pay attention to this right here. This is very important. The price difference here is only 20 cents. Since when can you trade Bitcoin and make 1.2 to 1.8% on a 20-cent price swing? It doesn't happen. On 1% of your capital? No. It's not going to happen. Okay? Here is another one. You show the price that they entered at $67,349.20. Sold or made a profit at $67,349.36. That is a price difference of 16 cents for them to make $139.93. Just not possible, people. And they go on to show how many people are actually in this thing. Over 600,000 people are in this. This is how they're making their money. And then they're showing what if you start off with $300, $500, $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, what you can make in 2 months, 6 months, 1 year, 18 months. You cannot guarantee a return when it comes to trading at all, because things are always happening. News is always happening, and it affects the markets constantly. You cannot guarantee this return. What they're doing is they're going to the compound calculator here, and they're putting in, oh, if you put in $500, let's say you start with 1.2% per day just to start out, this is what you can make in 18 months. Oh, yeah, your account could be at $345,000. But of course, they said starting out at 1.2%, and then eventually you're going to get up to 1.8%. So that is what they're getting their numbers from this compound calculator. So that's all they're doing. And you cannot do that in trading. Is it possible to make money in trading? Absolutely. Yeah, there are people that's making money consistently from trading, but they're using proper risk management. They're studying the charts and everything like that. And they're using, real strategies to make their returns. Now, to show you something that nobody else probably is showing you, this is Pionex. I'm about to transfer funds over to my futures account. So now I got $500 available. And if I'm going to use 1% of $500, that's going to be what, $5, right? So what we're going to do, I'm going to change this right here to the value of USDT. And I'm going to put in $5. And like I said, you don't see call or put here. You got buy or long, sell or short. That's what you see on cryptocurrency exchanges, not call or put. Okay? Now, with futures trading, you can use leverage trading. It means that you're borrowing funds from the market to be able to trade at a much higher value than what you have available. And so that means you can make a return, a bigger return a whole lot faster, right? Something else that is not shown here, what leverage was used. We don't know what leverage is being used at all. So let's go over here, and I want to go ahead and I'm not going to do, I'm doing a market order here, and we're going to use the maximum amount that Pionex allows, 100x. Okay, all right. So now I'm going to pretty much, I'm just going to open up something here, but Yeah, I'm gonna put in. I'm gonna use $5, which is 1% of my 500. Okay, and I'm going to put in a TP and stop loss. Okay, and we're going to go to advanced settings here because I want to, just use proper risk management here, no, regardless. So let's go to, let's see, P&L percentage here. We're going to go to 1.2%. Okay, and then the stop loss, I'm going to go to P&L as well, and we're going to say, I don't know, let's say 50%. Okay, so we're going to click on OK. And then what I'm going to do here is I'm going to open up a short here. No, just to show you, for example, if I lose money, I lose money. It doesn't matter. Oh yeah, I forgot. I got to change this around, so it should not be in the long. So let's go to advanced settings. Let's go to short. I gotta do all that over again. So let's go 1.2, and then we're gonna go to 50 here. Okay, and now I'm gonna open up a short position. Oh, so I gotta use at least $6.08. Okay, so there's cryptocurrency exchanges that does that as well. So $6.80 is the minimum that I can use. So that's over 1%. But let's do that anyway. Open up the short. It said that it failed, didn't it? Yeah, it's because it should be showing down here as an open position here, and that's probably due to just the fact that the TP and everything was too close, and because it's literally almost impossible for you to make that kind of money that they're showing. And I want to do this. And you see the errors I'm having with Binance. Okay. So let's go back over here again. Let's try it again. It's not even allow me to click over here anymore. So let me just click off of this. TP. Yep, it's not even because I don't have a value here. Let's go to $6.80 again. And let's see if using a higher TP ratio will help me out. So let's go 5% here. And then we're gonna go 50% here. Click on OK. And I think nope, I gotta do that again. So let's go to a short again. So let's go to 5% and then 50%. Click on that, and then I'm gonna open up a short at market value. Okay, and it still said it failed. So it's impossible for them to be doing what they're saying that they're doing. Now, if I was to go here and let's just use $10. Let's just keep it at $6.80 here. Go to advanced settings, keep it on a long, and let's say that I want 10%. Okay, then the stop loss 50%. We're gonna click on OK, and we're gonna click on buy long. And now it says that it needs to be $7.50. So let's just go put it at $8. Buy long. See there? Stop loss is too close. I literally am trying to do what it is that they're doing, and I can't do it. Just let you know that DSJ exchange is not a legit cryptocurrency exchange, because I am literally trying to put in a tight stop loss and a tight TP, and it won't let me. So let's bring that up again. It says the stop loss price is too close to the liquidation price, which is highly likely to cause a failure in triggering the stop loss in extreme market conditions. To avoid larger losses, please readjust stop loss price. It should be above $70,938.70. All right. So now we gotta go back over here, and let's just go ahead and put 60% here. Okay. Now it's I'm literally you can see I'm getting frustrated right now because it's literally not letting me do anything. So let's go 80% here. Let's see, is the gap between the stop loss and estimated liquidation price is less than, so that's the liquidation price that I'm using. And oh boy, let me try something else here. Maybe it's because of the way that I am trying to trade. Do I have this on cross? trading. Yeah, I know I haven't been on Pinex in a long time trading, but yeah, so this right here is on single asset mode, okay, and got isolated. So let's go cross here, and then let's try to see about buying the long. So that worked. So I had to use cross instead of isolated. And you can see that even with Bitcoin, and you can see the trade open up right here live. I got in at the price of what was that price at? 71,000. Oh, hold on, I'm trying to see what the entry price was at. It should be down here somewhere. So yeah, 71,127 and 80 cents, right? And you can see that Bitcoin has already gone up dollars, and I'm not even at 1% at 100x leverage. I'm at 0.37% profit. That's it. So let me just go and close this out. It's going to be an overall loss because there are fees when it comes to trading on a cryptocurrency exchange and futures. Okay? But you saw right there. And I go right here to let me see history. And you can see that where I entered at $71,127.80. And then I closed it out at $71,145.80. That's almost a $20 difference. And you couldn't even get 1%, not even close to it. So tell me, how's that DSJ exchange getting their profits with such small price swings of 20 cents, 16 cents, and so on and so forth? It's just not possible, people. So I don't know if anybody else is showing you a video like this right here, debunking the so-called trading of DSJ exchange and BG Wealth sharing group. But if they haven't shown you something like this, share this video with people. So feel free, like and subscribe. And I'm gonna try to do some more videos going in the future. I'm trying to get back to doing some more videos, although I don't have my usual setup right now. Different microphone was my regular microphone on my computer instead of my microphone that I left back in Colombia. But I'm gonna try to do some more videos talking about some more of these opportunities that's out there that try to help people prevent from being scammed. And DSJ Exchange right now is perhaps the biggest one out there. Okay. So with that said, I hope that you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time in this video. Take care, everyone.